Jaguar Wright literally told us a couple months ago the next person that was going to go down with Diddy was going to be Jay-Z, and she has been standing on their neck for years now.
You're not going to believe what's happening right now, because reports are exploding across social media that Diddy, from behind bars, has allegedly started exposing things the music industry never wanted the public to hear. And the craziest part? Jay-Z's name is right in the middle of it. What's being said, if even half of it's true, could be one of the biggest scandals hip-hop has ever seen. Inside sources are claiming that during a recent prison interview, Diddy hinted he's been pressured, betrayed, and even set up by the very same people he helped build into icons. And when he started dropping subtle references to sacrifices and industry deals, fans immediately began connecting dots that pointed straight toward Jay-Z. Within hours, the internet went wild, hashtags started trending, and people began asking one question. Did Diddy just turn on his old friend to save himself? For years, Jay-Z and Diddy have been the blueprint of success. The two men who went from street hustle to billionaire status, controlling music, fashion, liquor brands, and entire movements. They were untouchable. But fame always comes with secrets, and insiders say that behind the champagne, suits, and private jets was a brutal competition over power and influence. One that's now spilling out because Diddy, sitting in a cold prison cell, apparently feels like he has nothing left to lose. According to what's being whispered online, Diddy has started talking to investigators about higher-level deals, the kind of elite-only arrangements that could shorten his sentence. And those statements, if true, might drag some of the biggest names in entertainment into the light. And that's why people are saying Jay-Z is losing it right now. It all started when a leaked report claimed that Diddy told prison officials he'd be willing to cooperate in exchange for early release, and that some of what he said involved revealing dark secrets about how fame and loyalty really work at the top. Allegedly, he referenced sacrifices made for power, a phrase that instantly sent conspiracy circles into overdrive. The internet, of course, did what it always does, connected every cryptic word to long-standing rumors about occult rituals, backroom deals, and symbolic sacrifices within the music industry. And while none of this has been officially confirmed, fans began pointing out moments in Jay-Z's career that they now see in a completely different light. Lyrics, interviews, and even old photos suddenly being re-examined like clues in a mystery that's been hiding in plain sight.
So Diddy have on tape, he taped everything. He taped everything and taped everybody.
But beyond the wild rumors, there's something deeper happening here. A real-world power struggle between two former allies. Because remember, these guys weren't just colleagues. They were rivals for the throne. Both wanted to be hip-hop's first true billionaire. Both built empires that reached far beyond music. But when Diddy fell, hit with lawsuits, criminal charges, and a collapsing reputation, Jay-Z stayed quiet. Too quiet. Some people saw it as distance, others as survival. And now, from behind bars, Diddy's apparently implying that Jay-Z didn't just abandon him. He might have helped bury him. That's why sources close to Jay-Z are allegedly saying he's furious right now. Not just because of what Diddy might be saying, but because of how fast public opinion is shifting. Online communities have started digging into old connections, old partnerships, old favors. They're reanalyzing everything, from Roc Nation's mysterious rise to the strange timing of business takeovers that happened right as Diddy's empire started crumbling. Even mainstream media outlets have quietly begun to hint that investigators could widen their net if Diddy continues to name names in pursuit of leniency. For Jay-Z, that's not just gossip. That's dangerous. The man has built an image of control, discipline, and distance from chaos. Having his name linked to any kind of sacrifice or secret deal could shatter that overnight. Meanwhile, people who used to be part of Diddy's circle are starting to talk. Some anonymously, some not so much. They're saying Diddy feels betrayed, isolated, and convinced that the people who once toasted with him at million-dollar parties have turned their backs now that he's in a jumpsuit. And when you mix that kind of resentment with desperation for freedom, it's a recipe for chaos. If he really is leaking information to cut his sentence, he's got every reason to pull others down with him. And Jay-Z, with his spotless business image, is the perfect target. Think about it. If you're Diddy, trapped in a system you once controlled from the outside, you know exactly which words will make headlines, which stories will stick, and which names will blow up online.
does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly?
Still, there's a fine line here because even though all these claims are circling the internet, nothing has been proven in court. What's undeniable, though, is the reaction. Jay-Z's team reportedly moved fast to shut down the speculation, sending quiet warnings to media outlets not to repeat unsubstantiated rumors. But that move might have backfired because in the internet age, trying to silence something only makes people dig harder. Fans are now saying that Jay-Z's anger proves there's something real behind the scenes. Others argue he's just protecting his image from falsehoods. Either way, the fact that this conversation even exists shows how much control Diddy's still got, even from prison. And honestly, that's the part nobody saw coming. Diddy might be locked up, but somehow he's still running the conversation. Every time a new clip, quote, or rumor leaks, it resets the news cycle. And now, as talk of industry sacrifices spreads like wildfire, Jay-Z finds himself pulled into a storm that could shake his empire if it keeps escalating. Imagine that. One man sitting behind bars managing to rattle one of the most powerful figures in entertainment without even leaving his cell. That's the definition of chaos. So what's next? Reports suggest investigators are still sorting through Diddy's communications, and there's speculation that he may sit for additional interviews if it helps his legal position. If he's actually hinting at industry secrets or even exaggerating them for leverage, we could be looking at a brand new round of fallout with names we haven't even heard yet. And that's why this story won't disappear anytime soon. The public loves redemption arcs, but they love downfalls even more. Right now, both Diddy and Jay-Z are standing on opposite sides of the same storm. One trying to survive, the other trying to protect what he's built. If history tells us anything, it's that truth in the entertainment industry rarely stays buried forever. Whether Diddy's claims are real confessions or desperate bluffing, the fact that they've made Jay-Z react shows just how dangerous those words can be. The world will keep watching because when billionaires start exposing each other, the fallout is never small. And one thing's for sure, whatever happens next, this saga is going to rewrite the way we look at fame, power, and loyalty in the music business. But here's where things get even more unsettling, because new whispers are emerging that what Diddy hinted at might just be the beginning. Insiders close to the case say he's sitting on information that could shake the foundation of how the music industry actually operates. Names, dates, deals, and what he calls the real cost of power. Apparently, during one of his private meetings with investigators, Diddy made it clear that if he's going down, he's not going alone. That line alone sent chills through everyone connected to him, especially people at the top. And while no one's naming names publicly, fans online are convinced that Jay-Z's sudden silence isn't just coincidence. He's gone from posting casually to radio silence, and even his usual media allies seem unusually quiet. People are starting to wonder, is Jay-Z laying low because he's distancing himself, or because he's waiting for something bigger to drop? Because if Diddy really is offering information in exchange for leniency, the next step could be a wave of subpoenas and follow-up interviews. Imagine being at the top of the entertainment world and realizing that every phone call, every email, every party you ever attended could suddenly become evidence in someone else's fight for freedom. That's the kind of pressure money can't fix. And the craziest part? All of this is happening at a time when the public no longer trusts the industry the way it used to. Every week, new exposés, new lawsuits, and new whistleblowers keep coming out. So when Diddy's alleged confessions leak, people don't dismiss them. They start connecting dots, building theories, matching timelines. It's like watching a puzzle that's been scattered for years finally start coming together. And right in the middle of that puzzle sits Jay-Z, the man who once represented everything polished, untouchable, and above the noise. But now the noise is catching up. Sources say Jay-Z's legal team is already preparing for potential fallout, monitoring every development, and quietly keeping tabs on what Diddy says next. They know how fast a rumor can turn into an investigation. Remember, it's not always about guilt or innocence, it's about perception. And perception can destroy empires faster than facts ever do. That's what makes this whole situation so explosive. Two men who once defined hip-hop's golden age are now caught in a silent war of survival. One inside a cell, the other surrounded by lawyers, advisors, and NDAs. Behind the scenes, Diddy's reportedly frustrated that the industry he helped build abandoned him the second things went bad. Some even claim he feels like Jay-Z turned his back just to keep his own brand safe. That bitterness, mixed with fear and desperation, is dangerous. Because when you've lost everything, the only power you have left is the truth, or at least your version of it. And if Diddy keeps talking, that version could drag a lot of powerful names into the light. And here's what everyone's asking right now. Will Jay-Z respond? Will he try to defend himself publicly? Or will he keep playing the silence card and let the storm pass? Because every time he stays quiet, the rumors get louder. And every time Diddy's name hits the headlines, Jay-Z's name follows right behind it. Whether he likes it or not, their stories are now linked. Maybe forever. So as this saga unfolds, one thing's becoming clear. This isn't just about prison, or deals, or old friendships. This is about legacy. Diddy's legacy is already hanging by a thread, and now Jay-Z's might be next. The walls around the industry are shaking, and the truth, whatever it is, might finally be breaking through. Because in 2025, secrets don't stay buried. Not when the entire world has Wi-Fi, screenshots, and 24/7 outrage waiting to explode. And if Diddy really does start revealing the brutal sacrifices that bought fame, fortune, and silence, then this won't just be another scandal. It'll be the story that exposes everything the industry never wanted us to see.